G'day folks. Today I've come up here to sound out this nice hole in this creek that I'm doing a bit of redfin fishing in today. In this particular creek I've got a few little spots where I like to stop and fish, but this is one spot that I consider to be a bit of a honey hole because I often catch fish here. So today I'm going to put on my deeper Pro Plus fish finder and just sound around and see if I can find the likely looking spots, the drop offs, any steep edges, any submerged structure that I can't see. I can see from here that there's logs there, but what's out there in the deeper water I don't know. So I'm going to have a look, and I'm going to use my deeper Pro Plus fish finder to help me find it, to help me have a look. Now this is an NS1's rod with a Abu Revo X reel on it. This is my spare cod fishing rod. This is my old cod fishing rod. This is the one I used to use before I got my current rod, which is a Venom. This is a great rod on its own, and I still use this for cod fishing, particularly out of my kayak, because it's nice and long and it can reach out past my paddle. But anyway, everything is rigged up exactly as it would be for cod fishing. I've just unclipped the surface lure that was on there that I was using last time. Now I'm going to clip my deeper Pro Plus fish finder on just like that. I'm using a Mustard Fast Stash line clip. I talk about them a lot because I really like them. They're so quick and easy to use. So that's on. I'm now going to get my mobile phone and swipe off all the notifications that have popped up on the screen, go into my deeper app. Then I'm going to cast this out over there and just have a look and see what's over there. So over there, too shallow or too deep, here we go, 1 metre. It's 1 metre deep there. I'll reel that back. I'm actually reeling with my left hand so I can hold my phone. 1.2 metres. So that's around about 4 feet, 5 feet. 1.3 metres there. Wow. That's around 5 feet deep just out there. Who would have thought that in such a small little creek? 1.4 metres. Plenty of depth. What about if I just pick that up, because I'm on a bit of a high bank here, and lob it out there a little bit. 2.2 metres of water just there. So there's obviously a drop off just out there. Bring it back towards me a bit. 2.1, and there's a bit of, directly underneath where the sounder is now, there's a bit of green showing up. So there's something on the bottom, a bit of crap, a bit of leaf litter, maybe a few twigs or something. No really big structure. Just a bit of garbage on the bottom, and it's 2 metres deep. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to cast this out further. I'm just going to have to put my phone down for a second while I do that. I'm going to cast it out to the centre of the hole. What I'll do, I'll go over them. These things cast a mile. They're big and heavy and round. So I'm right down there at the bottom end of the hole. And down there where that is, there is, I was saying 3 metres, but I think that might have been a false reading because it was flying through the air and wet. 2 metres of water where that is. So if I bring that in a bit closer, 2.7. Wow. 2.5 metres of water that's there. That's 7 feet deep, this hole. These are the sort of spots that hold big fish. 2.6 metres. There's a little bit of crap halfway between, I can see it on here. Just there's a little bit of structure showing up back there about halfway between where that landed and where that is now. And that's 2.5 metres. 2.7 metres. So what's that in feet? That's about 8 feet deep. Wow. I can step over this creek. In fact, this time last year, this creek wasn't even flowing. So I've gone to 2.7 metres out there in the centre. So it's 8 feet deep out in the middle. What if I lob it over that side against that edge? Is that a bit shallower over there, I wonder? Let's see what that tells me. 1.6. 1.9. 2.5. 3 metres. It's actually deepest over there. 3.1 metres that just hit. And now 2.8. Wow. Okay. So up here on the upstream side of the hole. It's 70 centimetres under that tree. So there's a 2.5 metre drop between there and there. It drops away right in front of me here. That's very, very handy information for me, because where it drops away deep, so that's 1 metre right along to where I'm standing now. It's 1 metre. What about this there? 1.1, 1.2, 1.3. So it's 1 metre there and 2.5 metres just there. So the drop off is level with these trees here. So what I'm going to do now, I'm going to put that down for a moment. So with my deeper fish finder here, I've been able to see that it's around about 70 centimetres to 1 metre through here. Where these trees run into the hole, it drops off. It drops down to about 3 metres, 2.5 to 3 metres out there in the open, and then it tapers up. So what I can tell you, because of my deeper fish finder, is that it's quite shallow, bang, drops down to a really deep hole, and then tapers up. I would imagine, this is just my theory, that during the day the redfin will be around them edges, possibly down that end there in the shallow water over that gravel before it gets down into the deep, and then of an evening they may move up into this shallower water to feed. So I'm going to grab my soft plastic now. Now that I know that it's 3.5 metres, I can turn my deeper unit off. Now that I know there's close to 3.5 metres of water out there, I know I need to get the biggest jig head that I can find with the smallest hook size, because I'm going to use a Strike Tiger Nymph soft plastic. If I use a really light jig head, it'll take all day to sink and I won't be able to cast down the other end. The lighter the jig head you can use when fishing, the better, but you need to be practical. There's no point using something light if it's going to take forever to sink. The more casts I can make, the better. So I'm going to go for a bigger jig head with a bigger jig head with a small hook, so that I can try and cast right down to the bottom end and let it sink into the deep water and try and fish the entire hole thoroughly. And I'm going to focus most of my attention from a line between me and those trees downstream. Rightio folks, time to go fishing. I've got this soft plastic. It's a Strike Tiger Nymph soft plastic in the new orange spawn colour, which is from the Pro Series range. The Pro Series range has slightly longer tentacles and a different scent, and they're very, very strong. But anyway, the jig head that I've decided to go with is 3/32 of an ounce. 3/32 of an ounce with a size 4 hook. I've got plenty there with a size 2 hook, but the hook's a lot bigger for this little plastic, so I'm maintaining the heavy head, but I'm going the smaller hook. Personally, I prefer to use a 1/32 of an ounce, but then I wouldn't be able to cast it that far. That's just easily lobbed out there into where there's 3 metres of water. I've gone straight to the deepest part of the hole. Oh, I've got a fish straight away. Oh, look at that. What are the chances of that happening? You've got to be joking. Very first cast. What a nice little redfin. It's not a big fish. Not a big fish by anyone's standards. There might be a big fish in there. Now I'm going to throw this little redfin, or it's other parts of the world they call it a perch, back into the water. But just quickly, see this line through his back? See that line? That line is called a lateral line, and the lateral line is what the fish use to feel and sense vibration in the water. They use their eyes to see, but they use that lateral line to sense vibration, and that's why in dirty water you can use lures that make a bit of a rattle or send off a vibration like a spinnerbait. But anyway folks, what a great start. First cast into the deepest part of the hole and bang, straight onto a redfin. Can't complain about that. Not only was it my first cast, it was about the first bloody metre of the first cast. Now, because I know that's deep, I'm going to slow that down and let it sink again. I'll bring it in a few metres. Now that's probably only a metre or so under the water, I'd guess. So I'm going to let that sink back down to where it's 2.5 to 3 metres deep. And that's down the depths again. It's got another fish. Oh, I lost him. I'll hook one down deep. I'll let it sink. Had I not let that sink, then I might not have had that fish hit that then. Had I not used my deeper Pro Plus fish finder, then I might not have known that I would need to let that sink, because I wouldn't have known just how deep that was. I might have thought, gee, that's a few feet deep, but I wouldn't have known it was 3 metres. So because I had the fish finder, I knew that it was really deep, and because I knew it was really deep, I knew that it was worth lowering down and letting it sink like I've just done, and it's just worked. I've just let that sink and I've caught this magnificent redfin. Wow. How cool is that? I'm still shocked at the fact that I caught one on the first cast, and there's another one. I caught one on the first cast, and I've made about 50 casts since. I've probably caught 3 or 4 now. There we go, another nice redfin. Might get a photo. Oh no, I won't. He's self-releasing. There you go, buddy. You're stuck on a tree. I was going to get a photo of that one, but he had other ideas.